Well, good morning, tubes. We're back on the camo truck. I went and spent some time on the old carburetor, taking it apart and a little further, and kind of assessing it. Looking at some of the replacement carbs, especially the one that we have on the way. It looks like they're set up where you can make them or turn them into a feedback carburetor, or you can take a feedback carburetor and change it to just a regular carburetor. I was thinking about doing that with the one that we took off of here, but just based on the condition that it's in and how old it is, it looks like it might be original, or at least remanufactured at some point. I would imagine it had a remanufactured one on it, but that is a Carter Weber Motorcraft carburetor. It had that going for it, but it's so dirty inside and corroded from the ethanol gas over the years. With the condition that the carburetor is currently in, me and Dad decided we're going to order a whole new carburetor. And at the same time, because we might have an issue with the feedback system, we're going to get that gone. So that is going to be deleted on, and what I want to go through right now is kind of see what we can get rid of. Just because I want to simplify this. I want to have a simple carburetor on it, simple distributor, and that's it. We get rid of a whole bunch of other nonsense. So let's get in a little closer and see what we got. Well, for one, this air pump can go. I actually want to go ahead and get these heater hoses out of here. I got some fresh, what is this, 3/4? This uses a 3/4 and a 5/8. What is this, a Chevy? So I need to get some 3/4 heater hose. Well, we'll wait on that. It hasn't exploded yet, but I do want to change that out. This smog pump is locked solid, so we need to get that out of here. Let's get our towel out of the way. So we have, that's where our PCV plugs into. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this right at the butt connector. I don't know why we have that. I don't think we need it. Start over here. We got a map sensor. I think we just go ahead and yank this stuff out. I need to get this power wire off of the battery there. Just simplify. I want to simplify this. I don't know if you guys can tell. Our battery cable disconnected, so we don't have arky malarkies. I know I talked about not doing interior stuff before we sort out the engine stuff, but we're gonna do some interior stuff. I got in contact with LMC Truck about some door panels for this, and looking at seeing what kind of deal we can work on. We didn't get fully sponsored, but LMC Truck was nice enough to give us a $100 discount on a set of door panels and armrest for this truck. They've seen the video, and I showed them. It needs some help. In case you haven't seen the last couple videos, if you're just tuning in on this one, I just opened up the kit that I got today. Looked at the new door panels and the armrest. I was blown away, and I think with what we have planned, like the door panels and other stuff, our ratty militia camo truck is gonna have a nice interior when we're done with it. The door panels, well, it's the same kit we ordered for my old truck that I sold last year. I gotta go back out to Kentucky at some point and get those put on. You know, the truck that got shot up. That's gonna be a nice addition to that truck. But for this truck in particular, it's gonna be really nice. It almost makes me want to order a set for this truck over here. It's got a pretty decent set of door panels in it. They're just getting a little tattered on top, and they're sun faded. But let's take a look at the new door panels, and then we'll go inside and maybe pop this driver's side or this passenger side one off and put the new one on. So they come with a new seal or a seal on the for the door handle goes. It's already cut out for your what do you call it, the window crank. Yeah, I'm so excited I can't think. They rivet on a new window seal or door panel to window seal. It looks pretty well made, and yeah, on top of that, so this kit is $186. You get both door panels, comes with this on it, the seal for the inside. It doesn't come with the trim, so you'd have to add that on there. We're not worried about that. I usually don't care about those. Nobody ever says anything when they get in the truck. They're like, hey, gee, Jim, maybe you can get new door handle trim rubber things. Like, no. So $186 for this, and then you can get new armrests. The specific colored ones, they're a little spendy. For $30, you can get black set of these. These look pretty well made. It's all one molded piece, so there's nothing to come apart. I think a two-tone actually looks pretty good on here. I don't hate it. Do we have any flying dangly legs? No, I think they're being shipped back to hell right where they came from. Anyways, this is our current situation. Well, it really is the window crank holding that on. So this truck has like the tan interior. I've been going with the saddle because I kind of like the darker color. So let's get that crank off of there. Oh, it's a flathead screw. Cute. At a later date, when me and Dad order the window seals and door seals, there's a whole bunch of little knick-knack stuff I'm going to get for this to just clean it up a little bit. And we're going to get a new floor mat. So everything that we get is going to be saddle. My goal with this truck is to make this interior just livable, you know. It doesn't need to be perfect. However, you know, when you drive these things, I like the interior to not be ratty. So I like to clean this one up. Yeah, that was literally held on by the window crank. Just everything's falling off. What do we got for speakers? Yeah, that fell off. Let's sit there like that. I'll try and get that on there. Although none of my trucks have this, so we might omit that. Well, We don't have much for speakers. That's okay. We can pull this door panel back up. I have some stuff I want to get for this. The main part is, let's just clean this up. I do want to get some mat pockets for it. I think LMC has those. I didn't look. But I want this interior to be livable. Oh, we got to drill a hole for the lock. There's a little dimple there just for it. It looks like we just need to get a drill bit that fits in here. Just drill that out. I'll try and do that without destroying the interior. For now, let's just lock it and we'll come back to that. It kind of makes that noise. Oh, I see what we got going on here. The linkage for the lock is knocked off of it. We'll have to fix that. Let's get this beauty on here. It's beautiful. Look at that. Oh, we need a speed clip for, I think we need a speed clip. We'll figure that out. I didn't really look at that. That is freaking awesome. That just like, that really works for me. So I'm blocking most of the view, but sitting here and seeing that door panel on there, just, it brings the depression level way down. I know what else will bring the depression level down. Let's get this OBS door panel off of here. And I believe I have a nicer looking dash top for this. The saddle color, I like it. I like the saddle color. Of course, I always say it, never follow through with it, but we could get the saddle paint stuff and we can do everything else up to match that. Will I follow through with that? I don't know. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. Let's get this OBS panel off here. Yeah, this is a nasty old OBS door panel. They had to hack it. The wing window won't open. I don't like it. I absolutely, honestly, don't care too much for OBS interiors. Yeah. Probably still not the right size. Oh yeah, we definitely got to get window cranks for this. Because we're stuck with the OBS window crank. I can't have that. Get off of there. I don't even know if I have extra window cranks. It's possible I might. Oh yeah, we got a self-tapper here. We can get rid of this. Look at that, just long. Don't need that where we're going. Oh, we got another one right here. Just a deck screw with a little thing that doesn't need to be there. Missing the screw there. Oh, we got another mystery screw here. Oh, we got another one down here. Got another one right here. Yeah, no, we're gonna clean this truck up and do it right. I gotta order up some insulation for this thing. We're gonna go ahead and insulate it a little bit. Sound deaden it, I mean. Get out of here. Let's pop this bad one on. Grab the door handle. Oh yeah, we gotta order a new door handle. The spring on this broke, so we'll be getting a new one of those. And then I'm gonna take the knob off. I still gotta drill the holes for this. I just want to get a look at what this, get a peek at what this looks like. Again, I haven't put any push pins in yet. You know, that'll do. Look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? Like, that just cleans up the interior by a lot. Now, let me go find my other dash top. We might swap that in this video. I don't have a deburring tool, so this might not look all that great. Nice they put a little dimple in there so you can center your bit up. So in total for 186 bucks, just for the door panel kit. If you guys got one of these trucks and need door panels, go to LMC Truck and just snag these up because they might not be in stock for too long. Not teabag, we might hog that out a little bit more. You know, I am going to go ahead and hog it out a little bit more. That's the hole we're left with. It'd be nice to chamfer it a little bit. See what I can do about that. So that part is good. That was a 3/8 drill bit. I could look at my other bullnose and see how big that is, but I think really, as long as you just hog out the inner diameter of this, or hog it out to the diameter of this little hole here, you're good to go. But at a later date when we get around to doing stuff like putting a stereo and whatnot in there, because I like having my stereos. When we go to do that, we'll pop the door panel off, we'll put the insulation and stuff in, put some nice speakers in it, and then this can go back on. We might just put new ones of these in here. So here we go. Let's pop. Nice, that in. So we got 1, 2, those fit super nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And number 8. And what are we left with? Because these are the ones that came with the door panel kit. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have just enough for both door panels. Get this up in here. That's on there nice. Sneak this back in, make sure we're recording. We are. Okay, anyways, here we go. The sun is in my eyes, I can't see nothing. Well, why don't you go in? Oh, it would help if we got the old Christmas trees out. Okay, now I think I got them all. Look at that. So that's decent. Yeah, we need a screw here and a new speed clip. I'll take care of that when we take them back off, but check that out. Oh yeah, that was that, a 3/8? That's perfect. Yep. And we'll put our crappy OBS door handle back on. Crappy protector. My friend and her 94 Explorer are going to be so jealous because I have new door panels that aren't falling apart. Yeah, we get some insulation in there. It's gonna be really good. These are nice. I didn't know what to expect. I know they with a cover laid dash or whatever you call it stuff, those are no good, but this actual replacement door handle, like this fits absolutely beautiful. It's locked on there. I like the two-tone. I don't know, that works for me. We got scratches in the window? How did I do that? I didn't do it. Might get some new windows for it. They're cheap. We'll get some tinted ones because these are not tinted. Look at that. Fresh door panels. I haven't even put the screw in here yet and it's rock solid. It's one less floppy thing. Here's the dash pad that I have. I bought this many years ago. Not many years ago, probably like 4 or 5, something like that. Found a parts truck up in Washington, went and bought everything off of it, like interior parts, and I took this. The only little thing it's got is a little thing right there where I try and not mess that up, and then, you know, someone's like, oh, let me, you know, clipboard something here for all of eternity, so that's got a permanent indent. That's okay. I'll probably end up putting dash gauges on here like I normally do. People don't like it, that's fine. Alright, got a microfiber towel. Oh, it's just a Duramax. Spray that on there. Train horn. let's just... Why is this liquid? Just coat the whole thing. I had saved this for old Betty, but I never put it on because that was such a pain in the ass. Because I had so many gauges on it. Let's give this a quick wipe down. I'll do it again when I get it in the truck. Bracket for the dash is all nasty. Well, we don't have to take that off. There's a lot of room back here for activities. The foam for the center speaker on this is rotted out. That's okay. If that center speaker thing falls through, we can always just put a speaker grill over it. Hey, that'll do. Look at that. This truck is coming together nicely pretty quickly. So now we're down to, we need, oh, my wake up alarm's going off. Okay, anyways, yeah, this is coming together nice. We just need a new floor mat. Oh, there's a screw I'm missing. Gotta get that hantavirus stuff out. And also bits of door panel. Door panel, cigarettes, gunpowder, all that stuff. That's what I like about a rubber floor mat, is it cleans up pretty easily. Alright, you saw how the interior was before. Now here's what we're starting to look like. I just wiped down everything with some leather conditioner. I know it's not leather, but I just wiped it down anyways. We got a little bit better looking dash top, fresh door panels, and then soon we're gonna do the seals. We'll get rid of this crusty nonsense. We have new ones on the inside. So I'm gonna make a list, and we'll go through, like, you know, window crank handles. We need new, I forget the actual name for that. The not latch, but, you know, door pull thingamajig. We'll get that taken care of. We need new pads. Of course, the floor mat, but we're gonna wait on that until we figure out if we're gonna put a different transmission in it. I missed a spot. So we got a new carburetor here. I looked it over and compared it to the old one, and it is damn near identical. The only difference on this one is we don't need this air fuel mixture valve anymore, and we have a block off plate, so that's neat. There's a bracket that goes in the back here. We no longer need that. It was for a couple of different apparati on there. Comes with a carburetor stud already on it. Looks like our linkage will connect to it, no problem. So I'm reusing the spacer that the old carburetor sat on, so we're going to use that and just slap it on and see if it leaks or not. I'm going to put our fuel filter on, which threads in. I'm not putting any thread tape on this because it didn't have any when I took this off. Thread this on decently. It should be good. Got this choke heater tube. Put on here. just snug it up. Okay. Alright, I finally got all the wires that I need separated from the computer harness that I'm about to yard out of here. So what I've kept is this green wire. This is your tachometer. We're going to see if we can get that to work. Get a tach in this. We have a couple different power wires. One of these is a key on, engine on, and one is a key on, and then once the engine's running, it's off. I think it's this white wire that we want, but I lay these two aside for later. We'll figure that out when we hook the battery up. Then I kept, this one is for the coolant temp sensor. I'm leaving that sheath on there because that reminds me where that goes. This actually goes around the back, and this is for the gauge, and this is the oil pressure wire for the gauge also. Technically you don't even need those. You know, really the only thing that we need is just power from here. Over in the corner here we have a constant 12 volt power source here. It's a nice thick gauge wire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook the battery up. I'm gonna put my voltmeter on that and see what the voltage is. I'm hoping it has direct battery voltage. Ideally you want to hook the distributor directly to the battery, or the power source is directly from the battery, but I'm going to use this 12 volt source over here. And then we're going to mount a relay, a nice big fat relay right here just for the distributor, and then we'll probably have another wire come off of it for the electric choke if my other wire over there doesn't work. So that's what we're gonna do. It kind of saves me from having to run wires clear across the engine or over here. I would like to, if I can have it just sort of factory, like hanging off over here and coming in, that'll be cool. So those are the wires that we want to keep, and then the rest of this crap here can literally come out. I'm gonna go under the dash, unhook the computer, and then we'll get this pulled through the firewall. I want to get that grommet off of the harness because we're going to reuse that grommet. We're going to use it for our pass-through when we add some new gauges, because I do want to add aftermarket gauges. That's kind of my thing with these trucks. I'll try and have everything working on the dash, but I want to have some fancy gauges to go with it. We'll save this. Lots of good wire in here. So this grommet, we can, yeah, I'll just do what I normally do. Just cut it in half, pop it off, and then the rest of this will go in my electrical bucket of misery. We'll use Dad's knife again. Now, I just cleaned all of this up. So don't cut yourself doing this. Looks like when they make this wiring harness, they just mold this right around it. So get this tape out of here. I'll spray some Shaloob on there, and maybe we'll hit it with the old leather cleaner. Just clean her up. Make it look new. This will actually probably make it slick. Yeah, not bad. Let's get that old crappy distributor out of there. Our oil pump drive came off with it. Let me get that out of there. Oh man, I didn't even aim the camera. So I got the distributor out. I didn't aim the camera properly. Distributor to oil pump drive came out with. So I got that out, cleaned it up, got it back in the hole for the oil pump. If our oil pressure gauge says nothing, then we know we have a problem. But I got it right in the center there, so we're good there. You can get a rag and wipe that out. Alright, we have a brand new HEI GM distributor. Sounds like someone did a Chevy 350 swap on their Nissan. I just sprayed it down with some stuff so it's not totally dry. Will this drop in here without interfering with anything? That's so close. Well, this ended up becoming a long, drawn-out process. I found out the plug wires were all in a completely different spot than where they would normally be from the factory. So I sorted that out, and then I went and found my timing marks, and I set the engine to 10 degrees initial timing, got my pointer pointing in the right direction on the number 1 cylinder lug on the cap, and this is the result I ended up getting. Alright, let's check. Let me check the firing order on this. Okay, 20th time's the charm. So I went back, set the harmonic balancer to 6 degrees before top dead center. I oriented this so it looked just like the picture I had. So I've got the number 1 terminal pointing here, this way. And then I've got the orientation just like in the diagrams. So hopefully it'll run. And it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how every diagram is I looked up. So let's hook up our distributor. And give this another shot. Okay. Still not right. That's a little better. Do we have a fouled plug? Italian tuna. They're leaking gas out of the fuel filter. Oh, now it's burning like a kitten. Did you guys see that? I just gave her a little, hop too, and that's the best I've heard this thing run. Choke is opening up also. Got it just a little bit after 10, probably around closer to 14. It's not smoking anymore. The exhaust smells okay. I'm gonna try and adjust the idle mixture and see if that cleans up a little bit. Alright, I got the air cleaner back on. I got that one wire soldered up. I'm going to work on the relay and the little bits of wiring here. I did find a couple of vacuum leaks I forgot to plug up. So they're temporary plugged up with some folded over hose. I'll get some really nice vacuum caps for all that later. So after doing that, this thing is running like an absolute amazing piece of equipment. It's fantastic right now. I was going to say sewing machine, but sewing machines make a lot of noise, so I don't like saying that. I can tell I got a little too much timing because we're at about 14, so when you go to start it, it does that sounds like a Chevy starter going out kind of deal. So I might just adjust it back to like 10 where it should be. 6 or 10, but on here it wants 10 according to the little sticker here, so we'll probably do that. And I might go back and open up the spark plug gaps since we have a little better ignition system on here. But for right now I'm going to leave it. It's running fantastic. It starts up every time. So now I'm going to make my little relay setup over here, and then we're going to change the oil. This looks so much nicer. Absolutely fantastic. Now the only thing on the carburetor I had to swap out was the top hat or the air cleaner bracket. I was able to take the old one from the clapped out carburetor and just swap these pieces and thread it back on. And please, for the love of God, if you have a 306, stop putting those tiny little air compressor air filters on them. Stop it. I mean it. Well, I am certainly happy with this. Got rid of that giant wiring harness. Got rid of some of the mess just plaguing this poor 300. Now it's running like an absolute top. Couple things up. I got to get a long piece of hose for our vacuum advance. I'm probably going to just get like a piece of copper and make a little thing that runs along the back and around, and just a couple little eeks of hose on there. Here's the relay for the distributor. This runs only to the distributor. So we got main power coming off of here. This feeds the relay, get ground, and then I'm using this white wire. This white wire is key on, engine on. So use that to trigger the relay, and yeah, it just works. I got all the sensors hooked back up, the coolant and oil. So watch this. She just fires right up. Got the annoying buzzers in there all working. Listen to this thing purr. I don't think I have a belt squeaking. I think the throwout bearing's going out on it, and it already kind of feels like it needs a clutch. A 300 running how a 300 should run. No, it's getting all the soot out now. Exhaust smells good. It doesn't stink too bad. Well, got the truck running absolutely fantastic. In the last engine running clip that I showed in this video. However, after I changed the oil, things took an absolute turn for the worst. Okay, maybe not the worst, but runs fantastic. But right after I changed the oil, I went to drive it, immediately started running like complete crap. I thought that maybe the new carburetor we just put on was dumping loads of gas into the combustion chamber and, you know, fouling out the plugs and making it run like crap. That is not the case. I know that the old carburetor was dumping gas because when I took it out, the EGR port and everything was all full of gas. So we know we had an issue there because no matter what I did with that carburetor, I couldn't get it to run as good as it does before the issue that I'm about to tell you comes into play. So now I got it running decent with the new setup. Went and changed the oil, and after I changed the oil, it started running like absolute crap. In fact, it actually died on me, and I barely got it back home. There's always some kind of noise out here. It's always when I want to do a video. Anyways, I took all the spark plugs out. I had, let's see, what, 2 or 3 were dry, and I had 3 that were wet. But they weren't wet with gas, they were wet with fresh engine oil. You could actually smell the oil when you give it the old whiff test. Well, here it is. Runs okay when it wants to. So, considering that this issue reared its ugly head after I changed the oil, it's starting to make me think that the valve guides and seals are wore out. And so what I think is happening, because we have the new carburetor on there and it's actually working properly, I think it's creating more vacuum than it was making before. And given that oil comes up to the top and splashes the valve stems and rocker arms and all that stuff, and that we have oil that is not thicker than Elmer's glue, I think what's happening is that the engine is ingesting oil through the valve stems, or valve guides and seals, or lack thereof, and is causing it to coat the spark plugs with oil. Because as soon as you clean the spark plugs off, throw it in and run it, it runs great until you start to drive it. And then that's when it starts sucking in oil. So my initial thought is maybe we just take the cylinder head off and have it sent off and just completely reworked, right? Well, talking with Dad, we're going to elect to pull the engine out and not only have the cylinder head completely redone, but we're going to just scatter this whole engine and we're going to clean it out. We're not going to do an $8,000 Power Nation build. I don't have plans for turbo initially. We're going to kind of build it a little bit, setting it up for turbo, possibly. But at least for now, the plan is to get this engine out, completely disassemble it, and I'm talking, we're gonna get, if we have any ring ridge, we're gonna send the engine block off and have it completely reworked, and probably put bigger pistons in it. We'll probably go 30 over, and then let's do a complete refresh on this thing and make it a little bit nicer than it is, and have all new seals, and we'll paint it up, and of course I'll clean this whole engine bay while it's all out and everything, and we'll make it look nice and run nice. So, on that note, that is it for this video. I don't know when I'm going to get to pulling the engine on this. Right now my back is currently blown out, and yeah, I didn't even go to work on Tuesday. It's like I can't walk. So anyways, that's where we're at.